Should be live. We should be live. Yep, we are live, my dudes.
Let's
Yo, I
go.
appreciate you guys all tuning in. This is our new podcast. We have King on here as a co-host. And if
Yes,
any of you guys are
sir.
wanting to join, you guys have to join the link in the Discord. You guys will be able to talk live on stream about predictions. We're going to be talking about Friday Night Smackdown tonight. This is one of the biggest Friday Night Smackdowns, I think, because it's leaving Fox, guys. It's going over to USA Network next week. So this this might be a crazy little send off from Fox, and they're also going to be starting a new season next week. So it's going to be kind of insane to see what's going to end up happening.
Yeah. Before we start, I just want to say something real quick. When
Go
you
for it.
join the server, make sure that you select your interest as WWE. Because if you select anything else, you're not going to be able to see the WWE content in the Dylan 591 server.
Exactly.
So if you want to see WWE stuff when you join the server, make sure you select your interest or one of your interests as WWE, so you can keep up in the news and stuff in WWE, and also subscribe to the channel because we're gonna be doing this on Mondays and Fridays, every night before wrestling.
Yes, sir.
Maybe pay-per-views, but I don't think we talked about that yet. I
Yeah,
mean, the next pay-per-view is not till October, so
that is true. And that's going to be Bad Blood, which I'm pretty sure we're going to have Gunther and Sammy going to be fighting again, so that's going to be insane. We're definitely going to see probably CM Punk and Drew with that in Bad Blood. We'll probably get like a cage match or maybe a Hell in a Cell match
yeah,
for
people are thinking Drew and
CM
CM
Punk
Punk are
and
gonna
Drew.
match.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be insane what they've got coming up, and WWE's been actually like really good um
Yeah,
this time around. Like it's really gotten me back into it. The whole bloodline thing, back Crown Jewel with Logan Paul, and I don't know. It just something just brought me back to it, and then I followed the Sami Zayn vibe and all that stuff.
I
It's been
agree, man.
crazy, and then Jay leaving, and it's been a whole crazy mess. But with SummerSlam and all that stuff coming to an end, it's kind of crazy how they've set a whole new like storyline, and it just feels some like we're getting into something new, like something we haven't always been seeing. I mean, granted, some of these matches that we've been seeing, they've been going on for a while now. Like for instance, CM Punk and Drew, but that'll eventually get settled. That's a pretty big story there, and I'm very intrigued with that storyline there.
I'm very intrigued in the story.
It's definitely crazy for sure.
Yeah. All right. So before we get into SmackDown, there's one thing I wanna talk about. You know how wrestlers have been coming over from TNA to NXT? Well, I think there's a tag team from TNA that is gonna be going over to Raw. If you want to look
Is
in
that the
the
Rascals by
WWE,
chance? I haven't
uh,
really paid much attention to that, but it would
so
make sense.
there's this guy named Ace Austin, and he teased on his Twitter that he could be challenging the Judgment Day for their Raw tag team titles.
Okay.
Yeah, I posted a picture of his tweet in the WWE chat, but yeah, he talked about how gorgeous the titles are, so maybe he could want to go after them someday. You
Yeah,
know,
it'll definitely be
WWE
something you have to climb for.
WWE is doing like a lot of collaborations with different wrestling platforms recently, like UFC, TNA, and you know a lot of wrestlers like Joe Hendry and Rosemary have come from TNA to NXT. So maybe like this tag team from TNA could come over to a Monday Night Raw. I
Right.
don't know how happy people would be that they just skip NXT and go to Raw, but we'll have to see.
Exactly.
Remember this isn't confirmed. It's really just if anything it's a possible hint, but I I don't know. That caught my eye.
Right. Yeah, that is an interesting topic for sure. I do agree with you on that.
All right. What should we talk about first? Cody Rhodes and the Bloodline?
Um, yeah, we can talk about that first because I think that's probably going to be what they're going to start the show off with.
Yeah, they might. So
There's a couple different ideas I've got with this, because I know Solo is still trying to come after Cody, no matter who, if it was Kevin or Cody that would have won the championship, he was still coming after it. But what I'm trying to think is, how is this going to go down? Because you still got that dreadful thought of Kevin Owens wanting to hit Cody in the leg, and he, didn't do it. So I'm wondering if Cody is going to straight up be like, Kevin, what's going on? Especially when he goes and replays that footage back, he's going to see where Kevin Owens, stopped from doing that. But then again, what, is he going to question that is
I
what I'm
feel like
concerned about.
I feel like Cody's one of the people that would be upset that their friends didn't take advantage of becoming a champion no matter
Exactly.
what. So I feel like if Cody's gonna be upset about anything, he's gonna be upset that Cody didn't attack the knee.
Exactly. And I don't think
But
there's going to be any
before
hard
we,
feelings, but I just feel like that's going to be brought up, and we might possibly see Kevin Owens confront Cody. But then again,
yeah,
I'm not sure if they're still leaning towards maybe, hinting that Kevin Owens is going to be heel soon. Because, you know what I mean? They didn't just blatantly say, oh, look at all these people that he's, thrashed on in the past, you know? But maybe
it
he is a
I,
different Kevin Owens now.
either they were teasing it or they were trolling us because like
They
the
were
way
trying
they've
to
been
twist our
teasing
minds.
him possibly turning heel, it's so weird. And but before we get into the bloodline stuff, I want to catch them up to speed. The night before Bash in Berlin, where Cody Rhodes went up against Kevin Owens for the undisputed championship.
Yep.
The Bloodline, Solo Sikoa of the Bloodline, he said that it doesn't matter who wins, he gets next.
Let's see if I can
Um,
do something here. Pretty. No, keep going. I'm listening.
yeah, so he did like a thing on SmackDown. I don't know because I technically wasn't there.
Right.
I was at a block party getting drunk.
What the
But
heck?
yeah. Uh so the bloodline, what, your face, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, we're good now.
So yeah, so the bloodline obviously challenged whoever won to a championship match.
Yep.
Would it uh now tonight Cody Rhodes is gonna address it and see if Sosikoa does earn himself another championship match at Bad Blood.
Right.
Um if he does, I feel like he's gonna lose.
Oh, definitely. But then
And
again, I don't I don't know if they're gonna necessarily give Cody or give Solo that belt, Cause and that's the thing, where's Roman been? He's been kind of like ever since his return, he hasn't been in the picture yet. I feel like they're holding that stuff back. There's still a lot yet to come between that
that's
stuff.
another thing I want to talk about. They confirmed 4 wrestlers that's gonna appear on the first SmackDown USA. So I'll get into that later, but
All right.
for now, Bloodline.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I know Solo's definitely gonna be probably confronting Cody, but I didn't know if they were gonna talk about, what did happen at Bash in Berlin, where Kevin did. I don't know if Cody's gonna bring that up, and be like, "Thank you, brother. You did stay true to your word," or something like that.
Oh, another thing I just thought of. Since Randy lost to Gunther, he's going back to SmackDown. So he's gonna help out Cody with the bloodline again.
Okay.
And I would imagine that like if a brawl between them and the bloodline does start,
Yeah.
um I don't think Roman would come out tonight. I think next week on USA he probably would.
Oh yeah.
Um but then there's gonna be like the 4 of them, and that's probably gonna lead up to a clash at Survivor Series or something.
Yeah, and it most absolutely would. And I think
Yeah,
that's what they're saving it for. I think they're gonna save the old bloodline versus new bloodline, and that's what's gonna happen there at Survivor Series.
yeah. Well, I don't know about old bloodline because Jay is uh still on Raw.
Yeah, but what I'm thinking is Jay, Sammy, Kevin. team up with Roman and help him. Because if you look
I
at the past ones that they've done, Sammy has been a part of the Bloodline in War Games.
I want
So
to say KO and Cody and Orton would team up with Roman to take on the Bloodline, but I think Roman would probably just have to take them on themselves
yeah,
because Kevin and Randy have been feuding with the well, not hold on. Kevin's been feuding with the Bloodline since the Bloodline began. Not
right.
only that, put the Bloodline put Randy out of commission for a year and a half in back surgery, triple fusion back surgery, I believe it
Yep.
was. And Randy still didn't forget when he came back at Survivor Series. He was willing to attack his own partner. Um,
Yep,
so
that is
yeah,
true.
I don't think they're gonna be so forgiving. At least not tonight or within the coming weeks. Probably leading up to Bad Blood. I think if anyone is forgiving, it's Cody Rhodes. And I
Yep.
think the next few weeks leading up to Survivor Series or Bad Blood, he's gonna try to convince Cody and Randy uh to trust Roman Reigns.
Yep. And I totally agree with you on that. I do agree with you on that statement. I do think that's probably what is going to end up happening, to be honest.
Don't they technically need like 5 people for that though? For
Um,
Survivor Series? Now that I think about it, I think they do.
let me get that back up. All
How
right,
many
so
people do you
let's see
need
here.
Survivor Series?
So we've got an 8-man tag match tonight too.
Is an 8-man tag match?
Yep.
I didn't see that.
So here we go. So it is the Street Profits teaming up with DIY to fight Tonga
Oh
Loa.
wow.
Basically just the bloodline, guys. So that's what we got
The
going on
entire
here.
bloodline?
Yeah, the entire
Isn't one
bloodline.
of
Solo's in on this and everything.
isn't one of them like Tonga I think his name is Tongaloa. Isn't Tongaloa the Samoan werewolf in like a cast?
Yes, he is from SummerSlam. I don't know if he is now, but I know for a fact that he has been.
I know SummerSlam was over a month ago, but I I feel like he's gonna get replaced,
I
which
haven't really paid. I
uh
didn't really pay attention to see if he was still in the cast because they didn't. I don't think they really showed them. They just had like a promo for it last week, um,
yeah.
where he was just talking about he didn't care if Kevin Owens or Cody Rhodes. I'm coming for you regardless. Before Bash in Berlin.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. I've had broken bones. They don't it takes like at least a month and a half to heal. And I don't know what it's like for a badass like him,
Yep.
but I still think he's in the cast, which makes me think there could be another bloodline member coming out tonight.
Is that Jacob Fatu in the cast? Nah.
Is it
This is
Jacob Fatu?
King. He's our co-host of the new podcast that we're doing, Bob.
I can never remember the names of these bloodline characters. But yeah, the one in the
Jacob
cast, I
Fatu, Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, and then you got Solo.
yeah, I feel like the one in the cast, I don't think he's gonna compete tonight, which means there's a spot open, and I think that spot
Yeah,
leaves
because Solo gave the
room for
belt
like
to
Heavy.
Tongaloa, right?
Yeah,
So,
I I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna reveal another bloodline member for the 8-man tag team match tonight.
hmm.
'Cause
Yeah, they probably will.
I don't think he can compete. And they can easily prove me wrong. That guy is a badass. Like
Oh
holy
yeah,
sh
Jacob Fatu is probably literally the grunt of the bloodline for Solo. Like, I think he could probably take Solo.
like we've seen at SummerSlam, the only man that can defeat him is himself.
Yep. He literally,
Like food
dude,
contest.
I don't know if that was intentional or not, but like, I don't know if that was part of the script or not, but it looked like he literally hurt his ankle.
It looks
Cause,
real.
cause the
It looks.
part of the table was still kind of rigid when he hit it, so it didn't
Well, you know,
collapse out from underneath of him. It was still like right there on his leg when he did jump onto it.
Logan Paul did the same thing at like Crown Jewel.
Yeah, he tore his
So I
meniscus
think
or something in his knee, I think.
he said his elbow, not his elbow. He said his knee exploded or something.
Yeah,
I don't. But
yeah, that's
yeah,
exactly what happened.
I guess the bloodline is kind of a curse to anyone in these matches,
I
just
know.
destroying their leg.
So it's unsettled business basically with this 8-man tonight. That's just basically
Yeah.
what I see. And
Well, who's gonna challenge
especially the tag
bloodline?
titles, because the tag titles were DIYs. I watched
I
that
was gonna talk
happen.
about that.
That
Who's
was
gonna
SmackDown
challenge
before
them?
Cleveland.
Yeah. I was just gonna talk about that because now that they have the now that they have like both tag teams on the bloodline,
Hmm.
who's gonna go after the titles?
That's a good question because it's gonna take
Because
a
like
a tough team to be able to get them titles off the bloodline. And
yeah,
I think solos they're trying. I don't know.
it
It
feels
would
like
make
the
sense
entire
that Solo has the belt, like the undisputed belt, because then like Roman could try to, take it back what he left behind. But then again, I feel like they're gonna let Cody Rhodes keep it for
I
a while. I don't think if Cody Rhodes isn't gonna lose it, it's gonna be at WrestleMania or like Royal Rumble or something.
I don't think Roman needs another title run for probably like another
Yeah, Roman's
3
already,
years.
set his stone.
He,
He don't need to
he's
go
already broken
elevate anything
records.
else. He already
He's won,
elevated the title of the company, so
he's been in every show. He he's broken records. He carried the company during COVID. I I don't know. While he is a good wrestler, I don't think he needs another title run for like another 3 years,
yeah,
maybe
probably
4.
not. I can agree with you on that.
I think he has his eyes just set on the bloodline right now.
And for those of you guys that aren't watching it live, you guys will be seeing this on the main channel in the podcast section. We are going to be
Hmm.
uploading it to the main channel on the podcast section. I will be putting chapters in here so you guys know what subjects we're talking about at what points
And
in the
if you guys
video.
are
So if you guys just
coming,
want to skip to like certain topics that we're talking about, you guys will be able
hmm
to. All
and
right.
if you guys are coming from my channel, I'm gonna be making a playlist on my channel so you can listen to them in order.
Yep. King is
Um,
for sure allowed to put his stuff on his channel. Not
I've
everybody,
been
only
wanting
people that have permission. So
I've been wanting to do a podcast since I
here
started
we
YouTube.
go.
I always loved
I
podcasts.
do too. I like talking about, and it what a perfect way to do it. We love WWE, so we clash together and make it happen, my man.
Yeah. And if you guys ever wanna ask questions or anything, just join the Discord.
Join the
Again,
Discord, ask questions in the
make sure you
chat. We will be talking to everybody in the chat. If you guys are wanting to ask a question live, like I said, you have to join the Discord, link in pinned above. So if you guys want to join that, we do have a main channel where I do gaming and stuff like that. So if you guys want to check that out, but
yeah.
yeah, this is our
And
second channel. We'll be doing the
if you ever
podcast
want to
now.
speak to us, if you ever want to speak to us directly, you can join the Discord, join the stage. But make sure you have WWE selected as your what is it, interests. Make
Exactly.
sure you have WWE selected
And
as
then we
your
will give you
as one of
guys
your.
the WWE role so you guys can join anytime you're
I
live.
will also
You guys can join the
I
stage
also keep up
anytime.
on
You do not have to
that.
speak. We can prioritize you to speak when you are ready. So,
I also keep up on WWE news. So yeah, if you want to keep up on WWE news, make sure you join the server. Make sure you
and
get
this
the
will only get
WWE.
better, guys. We're still learning all this new stuff, so we'll,
Yeah, this is our
it's
first
pretty
podcast.
simple. Podcasts are pretty simple, but as we get more people, you guys will be able to be a part of it as well. So that's one cool thing about it.
Yep.
All right, so Bayley returned last week. So
Yeah, I
we've
was.
got this match with Tiffany Stratton and Bayley tonight. So yeah, with her returning, I still feel like Nia Jax is going to do something in this match tonight. I don't know why I've got that on my mind, but I feel like she's going to do something in this match, whether it's a disqualification or something like that. Maybe to kind of stir up the feud, because I still feel like Tiffany is going to end up cashing that in on Nia before it's all said and done.
If Nia Jax does interfere, I feel like Michin will also
Yeah, you're probably
make.
right. I forgot about Michin because Michin did get she got done dirty in that street fight to say the least.
Yeah. Which will probably lead to like a women's tag team, like a six woman. No, that's wrong.
It would
Just a normal.
probably just be a 2-on-2 because
Yeah, it'd be
Bailey's on her own since she's left Damage Control. So there's no going back to that, and I wouldn't want to go back to that anyways. That was just
on Raw,
a
anyways.
backstab in the making, you know? It was just something we had to wait to happen.
Oh yeah, speaking of damage control, before we go on to the Bayley and Tiffany match, um, Auska, I think her leg is healed and she signed a deal with WWE, which means she could make a return at some point within the coming weeks on Raw. And Dakota Kai out with also a leg injury. She could be going back to support her team as well on uh damage control on Raw.
Yeah, Auska is probably going to go back to Damage Control. I did see that, and yeah, Damage Control is definitely going to get Auska back, especially with Kairi Sane. They have such a good, bond there. So I feel like yeah, that's definitely where she's going to end up going. I don't really see any reason for her to be on her own, because there
Yeah.
wouldn't be really anything for her to be put into right now, because everything's already lined up. It just needs to be played out and put in bad blood. I do
Uh-huh.
feel like Cody Rhodes is going to probably be the um, main event, though, but that's a little off topic. But yeah, tonight I feel like Bayley is going to definitely there's something's going to happen. I don't feel like Bayley is going to end up winning this, but then again, she might because she did just return. So I don't know what's going to end up happening here.
Well,
Maybe
yeah,
maybe
he
what'll
is like
happen is it'll get to be maybe Nia and Bayley will end up fighting again at Bad Blood. That's when we'll get the Tiffany Stratton cash in.
maybe
Unless she
or
waits till Rumble.
or I just thought of something. Um, like I said this a little bit earlier, but obviously Nia Jax is probably gonna interfere, and then Michin is gonna attack Nia Jax, and
Yep.
then I think next week could lead to a women's tag team match where Bayley and Michin go up against Tiffany and Nia Jax. What if Tiffany cashes in during the tag team match? Can she do that?
Um, yeah, she can. I think she can. Actually, I'm not sure on that, to be honest, if I'm being real.
Like she
I
like she's
know
gonna
that
reach out. Like I I'm seeing it now. She's gonna reach out for Nia Jax, and she's gonna look down in her briefcase, and then she's gonna pick it up, and then she's gonna think about giving it to the ref
she
before
wants
Nia
to
Jax
cash in
knocks
on
her out.
Nia. That's going to happen. It's just we just got to wait for it to happen.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel. Because who else does she have to cash in on? And Nia's kind of, the bossy one.
Well, couldn't the contract be like put in any on anyone? Because I remember Austin Theory or something. I think he won the Money in the Bank or something,
Yeah, I
and
think that
he
was.
uh
I forget if
he
that
was
was
gonna use it on
before I got into
NXT.
it or I can't
I remember
remember.
seeing a short about it, and he brought it to NXT and was gonna use it, there. I think.
Yeah, you can use that briefcase anytime, any place, anywhere. So if you could be
So
backstage and cash in, and
yeah.
there's nothing nobody can do about it. That is a contract that starts a match right then and there whenever an official is there.
I mean, I doubt Tiffany's gonna cash in on Liv Morgan. Uh, I mean, they would have to probably start a feud backstage during a pay-per-view or a PLE.
Yeah, and then she would have to go to Raw if she did win that because I feel they're keeping championships on certain brands.
That's true. Or, Tiffany and Nia could win the women's championships, and they could go to like both shows, and she could take on Liv Morgan there. I
Yeah,
don't know.
but it still leaves I don't know, it still leaves that opportunity for her to I don't know. She's got to cash in. And whether she's going to
She had
cash in and
that at some point.
to screw Naya or if she's going to cash in to I don't know. I feel like she's going to do something during one of Naya's matches.
If
Like I feel
she
like they're gonna
cashes
do
on,
another Bayley match, and it's just gonna happen because I felt like she was gonna. I thought she was gonna cash in at SummerSlam when she came out, but no, she did that to
she was
distract
about
so that
to.
Nia could win.
Yeah. I feel like if Tiffany does try to cash in on Nia Jax, she's gonna be the first woman to fail at cashing in.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because the women have a streak so far.
Because not only is Nia, you know, fierce, but for her own friend to cash in on her, plus try to take her title is gonna put her even more over. So I
She
don't
would
know.
feel as a heel,
Tiffany might
but
actually really actually want to cash in on her, but she's too, I don't know. She's too scared to do it, I guess. You know what I mean?
yeah, I get it. Like she was going to at SummerSlam, if I remember correctly, or something. No, last week. Last week when she, excuse me, last week when she came out, she attacked Meechin with the briefcase and then thought about cashing it in,
Yep.
before Bayley returned, and then she tried to attack Bayley with the briefcase.
Yep.
I don't know.
All right. Do you want to move on to another topic?
Yes. So the
Okay. So
the
let's see
next
here.
thing,
I got a
there's a
picture too.
return tonight.
Yes, there's
There's
supposed to
a
be a
return
return
tonight.
tonight, and we have
I
his picture right
forgot
here.
his name. I
Here, I
forgot his
got
name.
you. Vinci from Gunther's group is coming back.
Oh, oh, he's on SmackDown now.
Yep.
That's
And they had a
that's
promo
actually
for
cool.
him. So we're gonna see what he has in store because as we know, he's on his own. Since
I
they
wanna.
took him out at I think it was the Columbus Raw, when the Raw I went to in Columbus in April.
I
I
think
think that is the day that they took him out.
it
If I
was
go
like
back and,
Raw after Mania. I think it was actually Raw after Mania.
I think it was the Columbus Raw that they took him out, bud. Because I
I don't
remember
remember.
being at it. It was at one of the
I,
shows I went to. I know it was because Gunther smiled at him when he went backstage, and I remember that was on my Snapchat.
hmm. Yeah, I
Because he
don't.
congratulated him for doing that. Because they did a match and then they lost. I think it was to the New Day. That's what it was. It was the New Day. They came out because Gunther was talking about how he lost his championship and how he's going to just go on to bigger and better things. And then they got into a match with the New Day. They fought the New Day, and then Kaiser just started thrashing on Vinci and hit him through the steps, walked back,
Yeah.
and then Gunther was there to confront him, like handshaked him, like good job, and that was it with that. So
Yeah. Vinci was left out of the draft as well.
yeah, he was because the draft was the
Um,
next day after that Friday. Because I went to Raw and then I went to SmackDown because the SmackDown was in Cincinnati and they did the first night of the draft.
I haven't seen much of Vinci, because I didn't watch much back when he wrestled, but
A lot of
I feel like
NXT
he could be
footage.
the next. I feel like he could be the next competitor for the USA Championship. I feel like he's gonna come out and be
Yeah,
like,
he
"I want
might.
at the at the
Now,
US
granted,
title."
is he gonna get the United States Championship? Probably not. But
I feel like I want to see him in a run as US champ,
yeah, I mean,
if not undisputed champ. But I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he wants to feud with the Bloodline.
yeah, I get what you mean. I wouldn't want to go with that either. Because
That would that
the
would be
bloodline right
cool.
now is just not something you want to mess with.
I would love to see him challenge you because Kaiser was there for the U.S. Open Challenge last week. Maybe another member, well, not I guess not a member of Imperium anymore, but I don't know. Maybe he could challenge Vinci for maybe he could challenge LA Knight for the U.S. Championship. I
Yep.
would love to. I would love to see him in a run as U.S. champ, even though he's German.
Yeah, it would be cool to see someone that's not from the U.S. be United States champion. At least in this
I
era.
think Rey Mysterio is
Not saying
champ.
it's never happened before. I'm just saying that in this current era.
Yeah,
But, you know, me, I'm an LA Knight Glazer. He's one of my favorites, so I just like his persona, so I don't want to see my boy
yeah,
lose the championship this early, but it is going to be something that he is going to lose soon. You know what I mean? He's going to have a title reign, but he's not going to have, there's always going to be someone on his back. He's going to eventually lose it, you know what I mean? Unless,
yeah. I guess.
he really does prove that he is the man and he can take the title for a while. I mean, if they want to keep it on his shoulders for a while, I'm sure he can, take it to that height, but it's just one of those things. Or is WWE going to push him that far? Is the thing, because I feel like it's one of those things where yeah, he's got the title right now, but I feel like it's going to be kind of like he's going to get back into the state where he's going to have to grind for it again or something. Hubert's calling. He needs to join
Hubert,
this. Yo,
does
Hubert.
he have a WWE role? Hubert,
Yeah, he has the
I remember
WWE role.
when
Of
we.
course he does.
I,
It's Hubert.
I think I remember when we were talking about doing this
We're gonna
podcast.
invite. We're gonna invite Huber.
Having people- I think I remember when we were talking about doing this podcast. I remember like, oh, we could have Hubert come in for a few episodes because I know he's a WWE fan.
Let me see here. Let's get him a invite copy. We're gonna send him a little invite.
Well, while Dylan's doing that, I just want to say like they didn't announce as many matches as they normally do, which is kind of suspicious for me. I think that since this is their last night on Fox, they're probably planning like something big. Like,
Yeah, because it is their last night, so they gotta be planning something crazy.
so I feel like they're hiding something from us.
Whether that's a big
And I
main
don't know.
event or what's gonna end up happening, I'm not sure.
I feel like main event would be the 8-person tag
Yeah,
team
they're
match.
probably going to end up doing that because they have been
But
doing the main events with the Bloodline lately when they do
I
matches at least.
yeah. Yeah, but I do feel like they are gonna do something big and it's probably gonna be like in the middle of the night or something.
Yep. And also
I don't
next
know.
week we should be getting with the start of a new season of WWE. We should be
Yeah,
seeing intros. Like we should see new intros like when they start. Not the then now forever together, but like right after that we should have like a new Raw and a new SmackDown intro with Pyro. So they normally
Hubert
do
said
that
it's
to kick off seasons, so we should,
Hubert said it's locked.
Hubert says it's locked.
Is it locked? So let me check the permissions on it. Edit channel permissions.
The
I don't know.
hide real quick. I got this.
I mean, it says open to WWE roles. Are there other roles we need to add?
No, we should be good.
Advanced view. Oh, let me see this. Manage channel, view channel. Um, connect.
We should
Try
be
that.
good. Let's try it again. Try to join Hubert. There we go. We got Hubert. Okay. We got Hubert in here
Alright.
now. So, how do we add him to where he can talk?
He
Invite to
he waited.
speak. There we go.
There
All
we
right,
go.
Hubert.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
What's going on, my dude? We are talking about Smackdown tonight. We were just getting to I was actually getting ready to talk about it's Braun Strowman's birthday today. So.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
But there is one really bad thing about today.
What happened?
What?
I officially suffered my 7th loss in a
What?
row.
Wait, are you
To
in that
Jay.
wrestling server still? Is that what you're talking about, Hubert?
Yes, a server where you act out the matches.
Yeah, I know which server you're talking about. I think I'm in that server
basically,
still.
The match only lasted a couple of minutes. Y'all know why?
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 Because the ref fast counted my ass.
What the heck? How can they fast
I
count
got
Hubert?
fast counted. Highway robbery, Montreal screwjob type shit.
So Hubert. Alright, we've got Vinci, bro. So Vinci got taken out a while ago, and he's going to be returning to SmackDown now. He was on Raw beforehand. So what do you think's going to happen with that? Because he's going to be off on his own now, Hubert.
I think
Remember,
Vinci is
he's a-
eventually going to fight Gunter.
Gunther for the World
Probably, like-
Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, probably
No,
probably
but
Mania or
Gunther is on Raw and Vinci's on SmackDown.
Yeah, but that could still happen, though. That could
yeah.
still
I mean,
happen.
look at Randy.
Look at Randy.
Yeah,
he
but
he
they
was
had
on SmackDown and he
deal
just
with,
got
like,
straight up put
Rock.
into the match, like right off the bat. It was boom. Randy Orton's fighting Gunther right after SummerSlam happened. It was crazy. It was like they
Yeah.
switched everything up. Like boom, we're starting new, starting fresh again
But
with
yeah,
new storylines.
I am 100% pissed that I have lost so many matches. The reason I lost this one was because of bullshit. Literally shot me.
What the heck? It don't sound like wrestling, bro. AEW style wrestling. I want to go to an AEW sometime too still. They didn't really do a whole lot for SmackDown tonight, did they? So Hubert, Bad Blood, what's gonna happen? So far we have Sami Zayn trying to get another, championship from Gunther because Gunther hasn't, this could be our random section of the stream where we just kind of talk about random topics. So we've already covered basically SmackDown, so I figure why don't we talk about that? Because Sami Zayn, is he going to get the title or?
I do not think Sami is going to win the match because Gunter just got the title.
Yep, I agree.
And if he did, that would be a little bit weird.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, Sami has defeated Gunter before, but that was because Gunter made a mistake.
Yep.
Gunter got cocky.
Yeah, he did.
Gunther is like Brock Lesnar. He's big and tough, and he's technically not meant to lose.
And we
if he
still
does,
haven't ever got to see that match. I hope we get to see that match in the future. That would be cool. Brock Lesnar versus Gunther. Wasn't that supposed to happen, or did that happen?
Yeah, I think it was supposed to.
Because at Royal Rumble in 2022, I'm pretty sure it was it 2022 or was it 2023? It might have been last year. Royal Rumble last year. when they fought, I'm pretty sure it was just Brock Lesnar and Gunther in the ring at one point in time, and I'm pretty sure Gunther, well, he threw Brock Lesnar out, so they kind of left that at a standstill, and we haven't seen what's going to end up happening with Brock Lesnar. So
Imagine like a battle of the beasts. It's like Brock Lesnar versus Gunther versus Braun Strowman.
yeah, and
'Cause, you
then
know, Braun Strowman's a beast.
yeah, and then Odyssey Jones with that stuff happening, that's kind of crazy too, because he was just on there, and I remember Xavier Woods was saying he said that stuff about like he wasn't for sure about him and stuff, and now we're like, okay,
Oh
we
yeah.
understand. It was
Oh
like
yeah.
WWE
Before,
already knew about it. They just had to play it out, I guess. I don't know.
oh
It's
yeah.
crazy. That's definitely
Before we move
crazy.
on, for the people who don't know, Odyssey Jones was removed from every single piece of WWE
because of
media,
allegations.
yeah,
Yep.
of WWE like promotional stuff, because he had allegations of domestic abuse sent on to him.
Yep.
That apparently this is like months in the making, which is why it took him months for him to come back,
My
and took him 2 weeks for him to disappear.
my very first SmackDown I went to, I seen Odyssey Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can pull it up. Just give me a second. I'm not gonna like show the video, but I'll show a picture of that. So yeah, sure, go for it. So this is what we have here, the picture. So that was I got to see Odyssey Jones, the very first SmackDown I ever went to last year. It's kind of crazy. No, you're good. I'm listening.
Versus R-Truth for the NXT Championship with IShowSpeed as special guest referee.
Oh heck yeah, that'll be cool.
So you already know that it's going to be a brawl.
Oh yeah, especially with
Because
Speed in there.
basically,
Dude, they need to do more stuff with Speed in WWE. Like I feel like I don't know, not necessarily need to do it, but like I feel like
Speed
Logan's gonna come back soon. Like he's got a kid
Speed
on the
was
way, stuff like that. So I feel like they're going to bring more of that aspect into the play. I just feel like they're kind of just letting everybody do their thing after SummerSlam. They always do that. There's always certain wrestlers that kind of go off and do their own thing for a little bit, and then they come back and return, and then there's this big hype
Roman.
for it.
Speed was actually recently at Fanatics Fest, which means he's technically still in contact with WWE. So maybe Speed could get a match or something at
Yep.
some point.
Yeah, there was a
But they
lot
don't
of
have to.
superstars that were there with wrestlers as well. So possibly could see more collabs coming in the future. I don't know. I seen that Travis Scott was with Rey Mysterio, I think, or was that Little Baby or something? And
Yeah,
maybe they'll have some
I
of
was.
those musics as covers for some of their PLEs coming up.
Well, Travis Scott is gonna have his song "Fiend" as the main theme for WrestleMania 41.
Team Yeet. I'm
Yep.
Team Yeah.
I'm team both.
Yeah, actually, I'm the same way. Team both.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But basically the lore behind Aiden English and R-Truth's rivalry stems from the previous NXT pay-per-view I did, which is NXT Takeover Not Like Us.
Hmm.
Which the theme song is Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
And R-Truth beat Aiden English and IShowSpeed in a triple threat match for the NXT Championship.
Hmm.
So, and also the main reason that that even happened is because in the main event of the show after NXT In Your House Ground Zero, R-Truth fought Aiden English, not for the title, but R-Truth, him being R-Truth, celebrated, thinking he won the NXT title.
Yep.
And then in the opener of the very next show, he realized that Aiden English robbed him. So then Speed decides on the very same show that he will also fight R-Truth and Aiden English.
Interesting.
So then I Show Speed fights R-Truth in the opener of the very next show, and Speed wins. And then R-Truth wins in the main event of TakeOver Not Like Us. And then afterwards, Aiden English loses to I Show Speed, and R-Truth has a celebration ceremony.
Yeah, that
That
sounds
leads
like
us in
that
to
sounds cool.
NXT Double or Nothing, hosted by Kendrick Lamar live from the Las Vegas Sphere.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So what's gonna
The main
happen
ev-
with the Bronson Reed stuff? So like he's been taking everybody out. He's taking Seth out. He's taking R-Truth out. You name it, he's taking them out. Except for
think Bronson
Braun
Reed
Strowman.
is going
He's still
to,
hobbling around.
I think Bronson
Really?
Reed is going to do some things.
Yeah.
But
He's definitely
another
probably
very
going to be fined, right?
yeah. But
They should
another
suspend him.
but another very funny thing is the fact that for Custom GM Wrestling's WrestleMania, which is the final which is a brand
final
brand
event.
versus brand final, yeah. Basically, the fourth match of the show is going to be Jinder Mahal and Eric of the Viking Raiders versus Akam of AOP and Kit Wilson of Pretty Deadly.
I see what you mean.
And the winners are not the people I have, which are Jinder Mahal and Eric. They are the winners are Akam and Kit Wilson, which is the other guys.
Yeah,
people.
wait, so are you talking about Pretty Deadly?
Well, basically like this is in Custom GM Wrestling, which is
Yeah, I know you're
like,
talking about that. I know you're talking about the custom matches that you're doing.
yeah. Basically, so pretty much, Kit Wilson and Akam joined forces to face off against Jinder Mahal and Eric and won. And then the seventh match of the show, which is going to be the best match on the card, is going to be Logan Paul versus I Show Speed.
That'll be a good one.
The battle of the Prime creators. It's not KSI, but it's Speed, so technically
All right.
Speed is a bit better.
I think we should get to wrapping this up a little bit because there really ain't a whole lot more to talk about as far as SmackDown, unless you guys got any ideas or anything like that, or anything else you guys would like to add other than not being SmackDown onto this. Or what are you thinking?
Any other ideas?
Because I feel like as the more we do this, we'll get longer streams, we'll get longer podcasts going, we'll have more stuff to talk about. We'll get more information, we'll get stuff wrote up beforehand, and we'll both figure something out. You know what I mean? We'll figure more items out, more stuff. Because they didn't really give us a whole lot. There's what, 4 matches that are, or 4 things that they've came out and said. Normally they come out and say like 8 different things. But they're really holding a lot of stuff back tonight. I feel like it's because, they're leaving Fox. So that would probably be the main reason why they're going to do something big, and they're trying to hold some stuff back so they can, surprise us.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely think that they're keeping some stuff secret. Because it's the last night on Fox. You gotta surprise them.
Yep.
The show.
Yeah, you gotta have something big involved with this send-off because, and that's the thing, Fox, they have other social media accounts, so I'm wondering if they're still going to be able to get access to the WWE stuff, or if they're just going to have to, leave their social medias the way they are, because I know they've got official WWE on Fox accounts on YouTube and Facebook, and they're always posting, like, clippets of what's going on, so I'm wondering if they're still going to be able to do stuff like that, but as of right now, SmackDown is going to USA for good, and Raw is going to Netflix for good as we know it. And
Yeah.
Next week we're getting SmackDown on USA, so we're gonna have all 3 shows: NXT, Raw, and SmackDown all on USA for the time being until Raw makes that switch. So we'll have to see.
Oh, and for the people wondering why the announcers have been switched up, Pat McAfee has left for football season, and he will return
I think
when
it's supposed to
Raw.
be Royal Rumble, or it's going to either be Raw on Netflix,
They said it was going to be Raw on Netflix. That's when he's going to return.
which would make sense because that's the big, bring back. I'm sure that's when they're going to introduce Cena back into play, stuff like that as well.
And January, I think that's also either January or February is Royal Rumble.
Yep.
Royal Rumble month. Which means we're gonna see it. We're gonna see returns of like a lot of people, and that's gonna be the start of John Cena's farewell tour as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see what John Cena does in his farewell tour. People are saying that he's gonna have another title run.
We'll probably hear from LA Knight as well tonight. I forgot to mention. I'm still listening to what you're saying, bud.
Yeah. I think John Cena should have another run as champion.
I think he should be champion until
That would,
at least he
by the way,
leaves, or he should have another shot at getting a title for sure.
By the way, that would make him like number 1 with the most held titles in WWE.
Yep.
Because he's currently tied with Ric Flair.
Yeah, that's
So
kind of...
if he does get one more run as champion, he breaks the record for most championships held in WWE.
Right.
Which that's something we should see.
Yeah, we should get that. We should be seeing that. It's just, I don't know. We'll have to see because we haven't seen John Cena since when? WrestleMania? Or maybe
Raw.
we saw him appear on like a Raw or SmackDown or something like that, I think. And he talked for a bit.
It was both the Raw after Mania when he tag teamed with R-Truth and The Miz, and Money in the Bank when he announced his retirement.
Yep, you're right. That's exactly right. I was wrong about that. I don't know why I thought Mania. I was thinking green, so like Money in the Bank. Duh. I forgot about that.
He was also at Mania when he helped out Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
Because I guess he had beef with Solo and The Rock and Roman anyways.
I agree. So, I think that's probably going to wrap it up, isn't it, King?
I think so.
All right. Well,
thank you all.
I appreciate you guys that all tuned in. Like I said, we're going to continue to do this Mondays, Fridays, and we'll just see how things go. I appreciate you guys all tuning in. Hopefully you guys all enjoy. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. You got anything to say, King?
If you wanna if you want to keep up with the WWE news, or you want to come into these streams and ask us a question yourselves, or you want to watch WWE with us yourselves as well,
Discord, stuff like that, and we can take that care of.
Yep, you can join the Discord. We have everything you need for WWE. I keep up on the news. Dylan does everything else.
Yep.
I do recaps after every night of SmackDown and Raw. I haven't gotten a hold of pay-per-views in NXT yet.
So yeah, he makes a breakdown, and it'll be listed in the WWE sections. So if you guys want a breakdown of like what happened or what's going to be happening, stuff like that, we got you covered.
But make sure when you join the server, you select WWE as one of your top interests, because if you don't select that, then you're not going to be able to see any of the WWE content.
Exactly.
And yeah, we can give you a role, but you don't want to waste the moderator's time.
That's for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you all for joining, Dylan. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate it, my dude. I'm glad we're able to do something like this.
Yeah, man.
So for sure. All right, my dudes. Well, we'll catch you guys in the next one. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this podcast. This is the 9/6/24 Smackdown predictions. Hope you guys all enjoy.
Yeah. And Dylan, I'll see you in an hour when SmackDown starts.
Yep, sounds good.